Good morning. It's Monday morning, the 20th. How are you? It's December 20th, and this is Daily Devotion. I have a long Monday ahead of me. So I have to get started in the right mindset, and an affirmation is good for that. So we're working from Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. And today's daily devotional is kind of a long one. I am part of the universal design. I am important. I am loved by life itself. I am powerful and capable. I love and appreciate all of myself. Excuse me. I think that something that runs as a theme in a lot of these is that the reinforcement that you are a beautiful spiritual being and that you have purpose and you can love yourself and it's okay to do so. I am part of the universal design. I am important and I am loved by life itself. I am powerful and capable. I love and appreciate all of myself. You know, it's hard when you live on a planet of 7 billion people, 8 billion people, that it starts to get a little crowded. And it's hard to imagine that you're important, any more important than somebody else. Or I've struggled with that anyway. I've struggled with the knowledge that, or let me rephrase that, the feelings of inadequacy, but not quite that word. It's more of that feeling that you are just a grain of sand upon the beach, and that you're surrounded by billions and billions and trillions of other grains of sand, and there's this weight of the universe that treads upon you sometimes. Like there's something big and heavy. And I think that a lot of people feel that, and that creates excuse me, I really am just waking up. I think that feeling of, it's not really insignificance, and it's not really, I don't have a word for it, but that feeling that you don't matter, that your life doesn't matter. And this affirmation is very much reinforcing that you do matter and you are part of something bigger, even if you don't understand it. And I know that I've come to that place, even though I have those moments where I'm still that little grain of sand feeling. I had that a lot when I was a teenager, especially. I really struggled with that feeling of that, being that grain of sand amongst all the other grains of sand. I am an individual, but I'm also a part of all of these trillions and billions of other pieces. And as I've gotten older, I don't struggle with that as much, but I have struggled with that. I'm so sorry. I keep yawning. I am important and I am loved by life itself. I am powerful and capable. I love and appreciate all of myself. I like this one. I am powerful and I am capable. I love and appreciate all of myself. It's not an ego thing to love yourself and love yourself wholly in the way that you are a complete spiritual being that is love. You are love. And loving yourself is not a bad thing. Loving yourself means you take care of yourself so you can turn around and give that love to other people. When we love ourselves and care for ourselves and nurture our spiritual being, our peace, that place of peace within ourselves, grows and is just this overwhelming bubble of light and love. And then we have more to give. And that's the beauty of reinforcing ourselves with positivity and reinforcing ourselves with love. It doesn't mean you don't have a bad day, and it doesn't mean you're not negative sometimes, and it doesn't mean you don't have bad thoughts, and you can't be positive all the time. We live in a physical existence where negativity happens, and things happen to us that we don't understand, and we're going to have bad days, and we're going to have where we get angry and pissed off and frustrated and we say things we don't mean. And that's part of the human existence. And we should learn from these things. We should learn from these things that are happening. But don't deny them. Don't just say, oh, I'm never a negative person. Well, that's just not right. It's not true. There are people that shine a little brighter and they do it so easily. They're in a different vibrational plane than the rest of us. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there are people who try to fake it, and they're the ones that I worry about, because just because you're trying to fake being positive all the time doesn't mean you're really grounded and doesn't mean you're really doing the work, because you're going to have a bad day. You're going to struggle with things. I struggle with things all the time. I am not perfect. By all means am I not perfect. And I have made mistakes, and I will continue to make mistakes because I'm human. But just like this action of daily devotion, it's an action to share with you that you can be real and be a spiritual being and work on affirmations like these, and work on loving yourself and being powerful and capable and being part of the universal design. Those are all beautiful things, and I work towards this. I work towards being effortlessly positive. And some days I get there, I feel like I get close, and then other days it's a whirlwind of negativity, and I have this internal dialogue that I'm constantly working on. That's called real life. That's why I do daily devotions. I want to show you that, okay, here's the affirmation. But okay, let's get down to brass tacks. What does that mean? And how the hell am I supposed to do that? And can I do that? And is that going to be real? And am I going to be successful? And yeah, you are, and you're going to fail too. And that's okay. Loving yourself is not an easy thing when you've been brought up to in a negative environment where somebody tells you you're shit all the time and you're never good enough. It's really hard to be positive and love yourself. It really is. And so we work on these things. And if you grew up in a home where nobody ever told you negative things, then congratulations, that is amazing. And I am so happy for you. And I love that. And then there's, I'm sure, other things you can work on. But not everybody grew up that way. And even people who have grown up in homes like that, I know of a person who his mom and dad are amazing people, and he never had anybody tell him he was shit or whatever. And he struggles with that internal dialogue without ever having that negativity in his youth because, well, that's how he's made up. And that means that we need each other. We need each other to be supportive for growing as spiritual beings. We need a community, and that's what I do daily devotions for. I do daily devotions for so many reasons, and one of those is you are not alone. You are not alone in your struggle with this, and that we are human beings, and that we are spiritual beings that are struggling in this human existence, and stuff is hard sometimes. So today's daily devotion, and I have a really long day ahead, and this is going to be kind of hard for me to focus on because there's a lot to it. So I think I'm just going to pick out the first line. I am part of the universal design. I think that's the one I'm going to focus on for myself today. But there's more to it. And maybe you should pick something like that. Like just take a little bit out of it. So I am part of the universal design. That's one. I am important and loved by life itself. That's 2. I am powerful and capable. That's 3. I love and appreciate all of myself. That's 4. So there's 4 potential breakdowns to that inspiration or that affirmation. So again, I hope you all have a beautiful day. It's Monday and I have to get rocking and rolling. I'm still sitting here drinking my tea in my bed jacket, and I need to get dressed and get moving. It's 6 o'clock. Wow, half an hour just goes by so fast. Have a beautiful day. I wish you a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow in prayer. Blessed be.